Okay, so it's 11:30. I've just got home from dress rehearsal. Had a quick face wash, just about to go to bed, and I wanted to do a quick post-mortem about what happened tonight and what you can expect when you start doing this yourself. My feet hurt a lot. My thick socks were perfect, but you stood up for 3 hours, so yeah, it's gonna hurt. So if you're not used to standing up for long periods, it's something that you might want to think about. My lower back hurts. Again, it's just from standing up. It is. My head hurts, just because you have to remember what you're supposed to be doing and then adjust what you're doing to what's actually happening on the ground. There was a couple of songs where they forgot the lyrics and just repeated the lyrics, so you have to go along with what they're doing, and you have to sort of change things so quickly that it's a brain fart. It really is. The main issue, for want of a better word, of working with amateur dramatics is that because it's not a professional show, they do make mistakes and they don't learn their lines and they crash into each other on the stage and all of that charming stuff. It's lovely and they're fantastic people, but I am a bit of a perfectionist, so I learn the entire script and I translate the script and I want to deliver what's in the script. And it's very difficult to do that when people keep forgetting their lines. But if you work with a company and you've been to quite a few rehearsals, you realise where they keep making mistakes, because it's always in the same place and it's always the same people. So you can kind of have a strategy in your head to work around that, which is what I've done. So I'm not as set up as I used to be. I used to be absolutely freaked out when people deviated from the script, especially when they start ad-libbing in panto. It drove me mental. So yeah, it was all right. I never feel like I've done a good enough job afterwards, and that's probably a good thing, because it means that I'm not going to be complacent and I'm not going to be big-headed or arrogant about what I do. But it just seems like a lot of work for one show. But hey, it's the nature of the beast, and if you don't like it, tough. So yeah, for my performance personally, there were a lot of really long scene changes where you don't know what to do with yourself. I just basically stood there looking off into the distance dramatically, but then it went on for like 3 or 4 minutes. And there's only so much drama you can put into a gaze into the far distance for that period of time. So yeah, that's another difficulty in amateur shows, is that you just have to wait for a long time, and it's kind of like doing the Macarena. You get halfway through it and you realise how ridiculous you look, and then there's no way out. There's nothing for you to do. But la la la. So yeah, there are things that I could have done better, and I need to practice that. But I've got a couple of days to practice, and I've got all day Thursday off, so I can at least practice. The dress was okay. Everything fit really, really well, apart from my bra, which kept slipping down on this shoulder. It was so off-putting that in the interval I just took the friggin' thing off. So yeah, braless is the way to go. So yeah, yeah. Oh, and I got the farts during the second. It's my number one tip for anybody who wants to perform is don't have milk on the day of the performance. Oh, Jesus Christ. But the band was so loud that I don't think anybody. Oh, crikey, Mikey. So yeah, my overall take of it was it went as well as I could possibly have done. The things that went wrong were out of my control. I can't make people deliver their lines on time, or I can't make them sing in time to the music. I can't make them act, or remember things that they're supposed to be, or stand in the place where they're supposed to. I have nothing to do with that. When the band made a mistake, again, I have nothing to do with that. When the lights went out and people were talking in complete blackness, that's nothing to do with me. So my tips, if you want them, I don't know, you might just be watching this because you're an insomniac and you've got nothing better to do. But my tips, if you want to do this kind of thing, are get used to standing for a while so that it doesn't hurt your feet, because pain in your feet is awful, and pain in your back as well. And you do not want to have those kind of distractions while you're already busy processing all this stuff that's going on. If you're a type A like I am and you want everything to be perfect, get over it. It's never going to be perfect, never. I love working with amateur groups and they're never perfect, ever. So you've just got to be content with doing the best job you possibly can and just let everything else go. There's nothing else for it. Either that or qualify and work in the West End where it's the same show every night. So yeah, I'm very tired. So I'm going to go to sleep now. Tomorrow I'm going to go and see the show, so that I can see what it looks like from the audience point of view. And then Thursday night is the big night. So I am sure I will speak to you then. Good night.